Okay, I'm going to show you how to do an item checkout from Tracknicity here. So I start by going to the home screen and selecting checkout, and that's going to bring me to the checkout screen, which gives me a from and a to. So the from starts out with where I'm taking it from, and in this case, it's set to the default location, which I set on the web dashboard. From the to location, I select right here, and it brings up a couple of different options. So I can either take it to a client, which is what's most likely done. I can take it to some of the other vans that I may have out there. If I'm returning it to the vendor, I can move it to that location and really set it up to go anywhere that I want by inputting those locations on the web dashboard. In this case, I'm going to select the client. So I select the client, and this is going to bring up a list of all of my QuickBooks clients that are in there, as well as open jobs. So you can see here that I have Jane Doe, and then I have the Jane Doe job D1234. I click on that. From here, I can either browse for an item. So if I know it's an Apple TV that I'm doing, I can click there. I can search. And so maybe I know I need a Roku Ultra. So I just start typing in Ultra and it brings that up there. Or I can scan an item and I've got a UPC code, and that UPC code knows that it was a Cisco SG110 switch. I can add custom items to here if I'm taking an item that I want to just let somebody know that I'm taking riptie or something like that. And maybe I'm the warehouse person and all I'm doing is checking these items out, and then I'm going to add them to the staged items list. If I select this right here, then when the technician actually takes them from the warehouse the next day, they will already be pre-populated in the staging area. Speaking of the staging area, that's the second most common way that you're going to check out a product. So if I go from the staging area and I go to the same job, I'm going to see a list of all of the items pre-populated that have been purchased for that job. So these are the purchase orders in QuickBooks for this job, and I can see what's been ordered and what's received. So in this case, all of these items that are right here have been received. And let's say I'm going to take these chief mounts, and I'm going to take these control 4 pieces right here, and I'm going to take this Crestron extender right here. Then I would just go up here and I would hit submit, and that's going to show that I checked those out. So now when I go back and go back to my dashboard and view my history, I'm going to see those items that I just checked out. I see who checked them out, when they were checked out, got that full visibility there. If I wanted to process a return, I would do it the same way. I would go to the checkout, and instead of from the warehouse, I would go from a client, and I would bring up that same job, and I would say, I'm bringing this back to the warehouse. And then again, I use the browse, search, scan functionality. So if I'm bringing back that same switch I just checked out, I do that. And then when I submit that, that's going to show up as a return because the transaction was successful. So that's how you use the checkout functionality of Tracknicity.